She didn't get pregnant by none of these other niggas or have none of these other niggas' children because she knew it wasn't gonna work. Getting pregnant is a choice. Like, and if she was pregnant, she killed it.
In a world of glitz and glam, flashing lights and screaming fans, most people are unaware of the war that rages behind the scenes. And that war includes your favorite artist and your favorite songs. This is The Dark Side of Songwriting. Hosted by Nayim Edwards.
Welcome to The Dark Side of Songwriting. My name is Nayim Edwards. I am your host, and today we have a bonus show because I need to quickly explain how the fuck Kim Kardashian ended up in this situation and how the fuck Kanye was targeted to be in this situation as she went through the motions. Now, we have an index card. There is not any lyrics on this index card. There are 7 and a possible, and that is names. 7 people she's been confirmed to be with. Obviously, this new shit with Kanye going crazy about finding Kim in the bed with Chris Paul, but this is not about that. I don't give a fuck about their relationships or anything like that. Kim Kardashian, her mother, is responsible for even getting her to this point where she can get the children that she can exploit, get the fame and the notoriety for being attached, and it's really infamy, but whatever. And even get herself to the point where she can get $200,000 a month for, at the minimum, at least the next 18 years. Because they got a new baby, right? Or some shit like that. And who knows what else this nigga's going to be paying for the rest of his life. But I want to go through the names of the motherfucker she's been with real quick. And then I'm going to tell you why Kanye West was the absolute best she could do, and that's why she targeted him. So she was married, like her first marriage was Damon Thomas, that was a music producer. Ray J, we know him, executive rapper, reality TV, whatever the fuck, entrepreneur. Nick Lachey, whatever the fuck, TV. Nick Cannon, executive rapper, the same thing as Ray J basically. Reggie Bush, football player. Miles Austin, football player. Chris Humphries, basketball player. And then the recent with Chris Paul being the possible on the list. Now, the reason that it didn't work with her first husband, she was probably young. It is what it is. She probably wasn't compliant, whatever the fuck. But let's just break these people up into groups right quick. So, obviously, she had a thing for ballers and rappers. So, the reason that it didn't work with a sports motherfucker is because her mama absolutely got in her fucking ear and told her that you need to get with a nigga that's gonna solidify, like, no matter what happens to this nigga, you're gonna be great and good financially. When you dealing with a basketball player, football player, any type of athlete, athleticism is more of a vocation than it is long term. If we talking about career wise, it's not going to be no 70-year-old football players. It's not going to be no 70-year-old basketball players. Your money is 100% absolutely limited. But not only is your money limited, you one injury away from everything being taken away. If we remember, she told Reggie Bush, hey, if you don't win the Super Bowl, pussy nigga, I'm breaking up with you. He didn't win the Super Bowl, and guess what? The relationship was over because, nigga, you haven't been able to prove yourself to be a winner. And the fact that anybody would be bowing down to this bitch for whatever reason or whatever, I thought the fucking screen went out, is beyond. That's a whole different conversation for a whole nother time. We talk about how Kanye ended up on the dark side again. I don't know if he got an episode yet, but as a baller, you are as good as long as you can stay healthy. You're only as good as whatever somebody want to give you. The likelihood of you becoming anything beyond the few years you're going to have to be whatever, like that money is only limited. Because if she could get LeBron James, she could. Unfortunately, LeBron James, Tim Tebow, or whoever the fuck these white football players and shit, all of them are unavailable. So she had to settle for a good looking motherfucker who everybody talking about. But again, her mama got in her head and was like, bitch, that well's gonna run dry. So then she starts trying to fuck with, you see they all move in the same way, except for that one. But she went and she go fuck with a rapper because with music, this is the biggest thing, and this is the dark side of it when we talking about being targeted as a musician by somebody who's trying to masquerade as somebody that's down for you in your corner as your significant other. Your intellectual property is something that's gonna make money for as long as time can fucking exist. I make a song, I make a beat, I make whatever, I write this, I write that. I can get paid from me doing this one time and it doing well, and I get paid forever. As long as it's in circulation, somehow, some way, I'm gonna get paid. How time is remembered, like how we keep track of time is usually we look at the art. That's how we can see what people was going on, like what was going on in the time and how motherfuckers was feeling and thinking is the art. It wasn't gonna work with Ray J because obviously sluttered her out on camera and all of that, and now we know that Chris went behind the scenes and tried to make her like this Marilyn Monroe type of figure. So like I think his nigga should have already knew what was up when they was walking through the door, but it was never gonna work with him because Ray J doesn't have the intellectual property value that a Kanye West has. That's not to say that Ray J is not valuable. It's the same thing with Nick Cannon. It doesn't matter how famous a nigga is or how rich a nigga is when it comes to who actually owns what. Them niggas cannot hold a candle. That music producer, the first one she was with, none of these people could hold a candle to Kanye West. If we're talking about creativity, meaning that you're going to be able to generate forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until the day that you die. We got musicians at 70 years old still doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like creativity, money, value. Kanye West, no matter how crazy and strange this nigga might be, everything he touches turns to gold in the regard of it continues to generate money. She didn't get pregnant by none of these other niggas or have none of these other niggas' children because she knew it wasn't gonna work. Getting pregnant is a choice. Like, and if she was pregnant, she killed it. The thing is, she knew exactly who to hitch her wagon to, because if she could have got Jay-Z, she would have. If she could have got Diddy, she would have. Unfortunately for her, at least, those people were unavailable at the time. She had to strike when the iron was hot. She got with this she was already fucking around with him when he was the hottest thing on the planet, and he already was screwed up upstairs, where he's just was like asphyxia. He was obsessed with her in this way for whatever his personal reasons was, but he was looking at her in a way that a person would like look at somebody and be like, I got to have her because she the baddest or whatever. No, we don't believe that, but like how motherfuckers will look like, I got to have you as a trophy for me. Her mind was already down the road. She was already thinking about, bruh, if I marry this nigga, I stay with him long enough and I have enough children by him, I'm going to be paid for the rest of my life. And unfortunately, I think she wanted the relationship to work, because if the relationship worked and something happened to him, then she would be owner of all that stuff because she's the wife. The thing is, even if it didn't work, and I knew it wasn't going to work when they got married, unfortunately I already knew that, but she already had a plan. She was already targeted at him because, like I said, this is the best she can do. This is somebody who's not going to be controlled, not going to be owned. He boosts her profile up because what does she do? Like, you don't do anything. He can get you through the door. He can introduce you to these. You can come places with him for this. He can make you whatever. He can make his kids whatever. That is the power and the creativity of somebody that's music. Like and music is just like the diving board to let you jump into the pool of everything else. But she got out the game when she knew that was going, like, this is the lick. This is the lick. And she already saw it. She looked past all the bullshit niggas was saying. She looked past all the nonsense and all the whatever the fuck was going on, when people were saying she knew, like, bro, this nigga's gonna be rich. And like, not rich. This nigga's gonna be wealthy, so wealthy that that little 200,000 a month, if a nigga went on tour, get $1 million a show, ho, I can pay you with us 200,000 a month. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2.4 million a year. Nigga can do that in a few shows. He can do that in one show. If Kanye West wanted to, he could go ahead and pay that bill off. And that's the crazy. She already had this in motion. She already had this plan. And that is the dark side of the songwriting portion, is that your music is gonna make money forever when you at that level. You have not just proven yourself to do it one time. You have hits and hits and hits and hits and classics and classics and classics. And you did this and you did that. And you got money here and you got money there. And you got this and you got that. And whenever a motherfucker get to that level, that's how it's gonna be. And you gonna have motherfuckers who will sit around like a sleep. She's basically a sleeper cell. Like, she sat around and she waited until it was time to attack and pull out. Who knows how? She probably never had. I know she never had intentions to be there forever. This nigga just helped himself into, whatever the fuck. She don't care. She want to be famous. Like, she don't give a fuck about who it's attached to. And the fact now that she's got 3 kids and you're Kanye West's ex-wife, bro, you 40-some years old, just stick to being a businesswoman. But it don't matter because she's already got $200K a month for the rest, shit, for the next 20 motherfucking years. And that's all I wanted to say about that. Like I said, this was just a bonus show, so motherfuckers understand how she got there and how this was already, the board was already set. The cake was already baked for this nigga. It was over before it goddamn started. So, this is the dark side of songwriting. My name is Nayim. I will holla at you.